I'm at the Heart of Texas Special Olympics on Baylor's campus, and these are my friends, and they just both scored 3 points.
The Bears have had a successful season, but that play all comes down to the Big 12 tournament this weekend. Coach has been stressing that practice makes perfect, and that's exactly what Colin has been doing. This unconventional variation of yoga has spread across the nation. It's goat yoga. Your mailbox may be the key to your personal fortune, and thieves know it. The person in the back baking your cookies here at Heritage Creamery is someone you may not expect. As students arrived back on campus for the spring semester, they noticed the university was different, with green lights in big letters like this. But why? What is the Where Lights Shine Bright campaign all about? I'm at the Maumelle Classic. There's about 130 golfers on this beautiful golf course. This has become an Arkansas tradition, and there's one thing that makes this tournament extra special. One Baylor women's basketball player has been working non-stop this season, making a huge impact on the court. But Lady Bears star Lauren Cox is also impressing people with how she is dealing with another part of her life. If you're looking for excitement at a Travelers game, look no further than Lance, the production guy.
Whoa!
Lance tries to make memories that people will remember forever.
A lot of people come, they're going to have a good time. 2 weeks later, if you ask them who the starting pitcher was, they're probably not going to remember. But they're going to remember a funnel cake or catching a foul ball or playing one of my silly games on the field. Choo-choo!
The prep is just as important as the actual game.
We usually start prepping for the game about 11 o'clock in the morning. And by 3 o'clock, we're all sweaty and hot and bothered, usually ready, been working real hard. And then when the fans show up, of course, then we got to kick it into overdrive.
Whether it's advertising bacon, vodka, or playing games with the kids, Lance is always running around Dickey-Stevens Park to bring the excitement.
So you've heard of a Fitbit, right? I would literally crush a Fitbit if I had one of those.
Lance loves his job and hopes to continue it for a long time.
So as long as the Travelers are having me, I'll stick around. I mean, they hadn't kicked me out of here yet.
For KATV, I'm Meredith Aldis. It is the 25th anniversary of Church Under the Bridge, and this morning they passed out 74 pairs of shoes to the homeless. Once a year, Mission Waco offers dignity to those in our streets by raising funds from the community that allow the homeless to pick out their choice of shoes in a local retail store.
Those shoes been through, I don't know, the swamp and back.
The shoes were distributed at the Mission Waco Myers Center, and that is where the Walk for the Homeless began.
These are real people struggling in our own communities.
The Walk for the Homeless is a 1.2-mile educational and prayer walk that stops at local sites. The first stop was at the Compassion Ministries, and the walk continued to Caritas, My Brother's Keeper, the Gospel Cafe, VA Regional, First Baptist Church, and the Salvation Army. They finished the walk at the bridge, and the worship service began. The Church Under the Bridge dancers had a special performance for the 25th anniversary. Since January of 2017, the homeless count in Waco was 221 people. Jimmy and Janet and the entire Mission Waco staff and volunteers work to help those people and try to reduce that number every year.
About 25 years ago, we met with 5 homeless guys over at Taco Cabana and had breakfast with them and did that 3 weeks, and more people kept coming. And then they asked us, hey, why don't you come under our bridge and lead a Bible study? So on September the 20th, 1992, we met 5 guys over here and had a little Bible study and said, let's do it next week. And then there were 12, and then 12 became 20. And now here we are 25 years later, and there are about 300 folks that we here on most services.
It's been a sweet journey to be with people that maybe would not have come to church and would have worshiped with us and taught us so many things about who God is and things about us and how to heal ourselves and how to heal each other by being in community with each other. So.
Reporting for LTVN, I'm Meredith Aldis.
Come by here, my Lord. Come by here.
To kick off Black History Month, Dr. Tammy Kernodle, a professor at Miami University, performed in Baylor's Bennett Auditorium.
Black History Month for me is an amplified celebration of every day.
Dr. Tammy Kernodle took the audience on a freedom ride and illustrated through words and song how the civil rights era has influenced music for the past 100 years. She performed songs representing the voices of Harriet Tubman, Billie Holiday, Fannie Lou Hamer, Nina Simone, and the Staple Singers.
Many young people who I was talking to, they said it inspired them to think about the power of their voice. These are all simple women who just use their voice.
She plans to continue to inspire people to use their voice and be a part of the change in the world. Reporting for Lariat TV News Today, I'm Meredith Aldis. Haley Cowan, former Baylor Acrobatics and Tumbling team member and two-time All-American, is now an amateur world champion on a different mat.
If you knew me in acro, I was very, very confident, and a lot of people thought I was arrogant and a little cocky, but I wasn't. I was just very confident in what I did. I knew that I was very athletic and very fast and very strong from all the years of gymnastics and all the years of acro. So I kind of came into MMA with that same mindset. And I walked in and I kind of looked at everyone, and they were a little scrawny, and none of them looked like I looked, and none of them moved like I moved, and I was like, man, I'm gonna like kill these guys. So I go and I rolled around with a girl named Teresa, who at the time was, I think, 14 or 15 years old, and she triangle choked me like 17 times in 5 minutes. And so I was completely humbled, and from that moment on, I was like, wow, if she can do that to me, and I have all these skills and all this natural ability that I've developed from the time I was 5 years old, I kind of wondered what I might be capable of.
After hard work and training every single day, she is 2-0 as a mixed martial arts fighter.
Gymnastics, I was good at a state level. Acrobatics and tumbling, I was good at a national level. I said, I want to be the best in the entire world. And I said, if I can't be that, you need to tell me, because then I don't want to do it. Like, if that's unrealistic, I need to know. And he said, well, what was your background? What have you done? Because you've done something, what is it? And I said, I started gymnastics when I was 5, and I literally graduated a few months ago, so from the time I was 5 until a couple months ago. And he said, then we'll make you a world champ.
And that's exactly what she is. After her fight in November, she became the women's flyweight champion.
During the fight, calculating everything, you're zoned in on what she's doing, because you're having to slip, you're having to move, you're having to counter, you're having to wait for takedowns. I mean, there's so much going on. So no, I didn't feel invincible. But I did before and I did after, because someone's got to feel that way, so why not me?
Look out for her next fight on February 16th. For LTVN, I'm Meredith Aldis.